Hey beauties, thanks for joining my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a wet set from start to finish. So you're going to get out your strips first. You are going to line them up, of course, from the sizes you're going to be using. I use 0.03s. You can use 0.05s or even 7s. So I'm using my primer now to wet the top of the lash on every lash to give them that wet look. And then afterwards, I am going to brush them through. The reason that I'm using a 0.03 instead of a 0.05, which most people do use for wet sets, is because my client has very fair lashes and I wanted to do them a little bit thicker. So if you're looking for a more bolder look, you're going to want to use a thinner lash like 0.03s so that you can grab a bigger pile of lashes. And when you grab the lashes, you are going to be grabbing almost from the top, not down below or the midsection like you usually would for volumes. So once those are done, you're going to prep your client. You're going to put on the eye pads. You're going to brush out the lashes, put on the primer. So I did map the pads this time just to kind of give you an idea of the style that I'm doing. So the style is from 10 to 14, and I wanted that on the bottom row, and then on the top row of her lashes, I was going to do 11 to 15. So the issue with that is if you look at her lashes, she doesn't really have two rows. She might in the middle, so I can do the two different sizes then, and they're also D-curl, by the way. I just thought maybe I'll just mix them up and every other lash will be a different size so that it does give her that wisp look that she was looking for. Because she did show me a picture of the lashes that she wanted and the lash map was there, which is very helpful if your clients can provide a picture of the type of style they'd like. However, explain to them if they don't have very many lashes or if they don't have even the width of the lashes to hold the style they're showing. You need to explain to them that they're not going to get the same look, especially if their eyes are a different shape. Because even though these lash styles, a lot of them are the same, they look completely different on each client. And it's not just the lashes and the eye shape, it's actually the face. And nobody really brings that up, but some people have more of an oval face or square, round, whatever it may be. It just, different types of styles suit different faces. So just keep that in mind, but always give your client the look that she wants and what's going to make her happy in the end, or just explain to her, I can do something similar to that, but it's not going to look quite like this picture just because of your lashes. They're not like this, model in the picture's lashes, or, but for the most part, they'll understand that and they'll just be happy with anything you can give them that looks similar to the look that they want. And let's be real, all lash extensions are beautiful, so no matter what, they're going to look fantastic on her anyways. So I'm making sure that all her lashes are isolated, of course, and I'm applying the eyelash about 0.5 millimeter away from her eyelid. So with the wet set, you'll notice there's a longer pause in between when I'm applying them as there normally is when I'm doing lashes, because sometimes when I was grabbing them, they were starting to fan out and I had to start again and grab another pile because I didn't want them to look like volumes. So if they do dry, you can apply some more primer on the top as well. And that way, they'll be sealed up at the top more and close better. So I do find that her lashes, even though they're fair, she has an okay amount. I would say maybe she has 100 at the most on each eye. I would say most girls, they have about 150 to 300 sometimes on each eye of natural lashes. Notice how some of her end lashes were just kind of hiding underneath the iPad there. You got to make sure that you pull all those up because it just happens sometimes, especially depending on their lashes and their eyes. So I'm just making sure that I'm getting every single lash. She didn't have very many baby hairs, but yes, you can tell that she has pretty fine lashes, and they're light, but you can still see them. I would say they're an okay length, especially for the sizes I'm using, but I'm doing the longer size at the end. So you can see that with the lash map that I have written down there, even though it's hard to see with my writing. I should have written on not the tape because it's not working out very good, but I think that you get the idea. So the sizes are just kind of mixed in there. And I think that they're going to end up looking really nice on her. There's some fans that broke there you can see on the iPads, but I will wipe those off, of course, before she opens her eyes because we never want those little stray fans to go inside of her eyes when the fan comes on. I thought that this set was really fun to do. I did find it a little bit more difficult than volume lashes because I'm so used to volume, but I do quite a bit of wet sets. I'm finding that this style is more popular. A lot of girls are asking for it, especially girls that like classics that want a more bolder, kind of fuller look. I think it's perfect. And if your client's not sure whether she wants a hybrid or classic, you could always suggest a wet set and show her pictures of them because some people don't know about the wet sets. And I know they're not so new anymore, but they were trending, and I think that they're going to stay as a popular set because they do look very beautiful when they're done. And I do think they almost have a wisp to them, especially when you mix up the sizes. I think it's a really nice style for the wet set. So it looks like I'm almost finished here. Just any ones that I missed. Oh, and another thing, when you're applying the lashes, you're going to want to do like every few lashes. In her case, I'm doing them next to each other because as you see, her lashes are kind of gappy. She's actually really a great candidate to show you the isolation because of her lashes just being so spacey. I was a little bit worried at first when she said she wanted the wet set because I thought, oh my gosh, they might be pretty spacey. But the fact that I did them thicker, I think really helps with the look, and her lashes don't look so gappy. But then again, with the wet set, it is common to look gappy. That's just the way it is. It's kind of similar to classics, I think. And I would charge the same price, well, I do for my clients, as the volume lashes for the wet set because they're basically using the same amount of products. If you think about it, you are just grabbing them from the top and they're just closed fans as opposed to open fans. And they do take an extra second there in between to apply because you have to grab them a certain way and make sure that they're closed. So I found I wasn't in that flow state like I am when I'm doing volumes or any other lashes like classics. I kind of just had to make sure that the fans were closed each time I applied them and grabbed the lash. And of course, filling in all the ones that I forgot, because I don't want to forget any lashes. Make sure that you don't, because you want these lashes to last as long as possible. So I'm drying them, getting all the stickies. There was a few there. And then any stray ones that were around. I'm putting on the super bonder. And notice how when I put on the super bonder, I didn't just put it on the base. I kind of put it all around the lashes so that it gives it even more of a wet look. So I'm just brushing them through. And then now, the finished look. I think they look beautiful on her and she loves them. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, like the video and subscribe to see more.